afternoon. Hey, we are in the final days of the new year. Can you believe it? We are like, oh my gosh, what are we? Today is, we are like 3 days down to the end of the year. So happy 2023. This is my favorite time of the year. And the reason why it's my favorite time of the year is because this is the great time of the year to just stop, reflect, and think about what do you want for 2022? I mean, 2023, 2022 is what we're just finishing up. But what do you want for next year? How did your 2022 go? If you're like me, oh my gosh, the first 6 months was amazing. I want to, just all kinds of great things happening. Last 6 months, stuff happened. Life happens. I have aging parents. My mom wasn't doing well. My daughter, she got engaged and married in 4 months. She talked about making a mom go crazy. Oh, yeah, that was crazy in itself. And then I had to put 2 dogs down this last year within 5 months of each other. Oh my gosh, it has been a roller coaster of a year. I don't know how yours has went, but then I thought, well, Christmas is coming. And I don't know about you, but I love Christmas. Now, last year too, I had 2 kids move away. Not one, but 2. One moved to Maryland when I live in Kansas, and the other one's in Texas. You got to be kidding me, right? So that was another change this last year. So there's been a lot of ups and downs and roller coasters this whole year. But now we're going into 2023. So what are we going to expect? Well, the end of the year, I was so excited. We're going to have Christmas. And here in Kansas, we got cold. I'm talking cold weather. So I ended up with frozen pipes on the Friday before Christmas. I know. Thank God they didn't bust. I had to get a plumber, pay a little bit of money. Wasn't happy about that, but our pipes did not bust. And of course, we have the, what are they called? The pipes that don't expand very well. So we had to make sure that we took precautions. So then I get through Christmas and the kids don't want to meet till the day after Christmas, and you got to adapt and pivot and change and whatever, right? When you got grown kids, if you're like me. And I got to see my oldest son the week before Thanksgiving. It's just a lot of pivoting, right? So we had only 5 people for Christmas. So it's the day after Christmas. I'm cleaning up. I'm getting everything together. We had a good Christmas. It was a great day. My kids were a little frustrated with me because this year for Christmas, I really didn't want anything. What I really wanted for Christmas is to spend time with my kids, right? As they get bigger or as they've grown older and busy, and I just want to see my children. I love family time. So if you're like me, you will love all that. So it was that everybody went home. You're trying to clean up. You got to go back to work after the crazy holiday. I dropped my phone. Yeah, I dropped it just right on tile and it broke. So I have been a day and a half without a phone. Running your own business and going without a phone. Oh my God. Talk about pivoting and everything else. But I always say this is a great time to stop and reflect and figure out, how did your year go? And what do you need for next year? So at first, obviously, have you ever been without a phone? Oh my gosh, I don't even know that we know how to go without a phone. Going for a walk and I'm like, oh, I can't listen to my music or my podcast. I can't, right? So, and I'm inboxing clients and I'm emailing clients, and yeah, and we can Zoom and we can FaceTime, but it's just different, right? So I'm talking to people through instant messaging on my computer. Thank God I got a computer. And I got a new Fitbit. My daughter said I should get the one that you could do texting and stuff. It's like, no, I don't need that. So I don't have that either. So it's interesting, right? But it's a great time right now just to stop. And don't worry, I'm drinking tea. Don't tell my friend Terry Ann, because everybody thinks I drink coffee, but it's a great time. Stop, just breathe, think. And you can spend more time with God. You can think more about, what do you want for 2023? So yesterday I went to a funeral too. So we just lost my husband's uncle just before Christmas, not a good time. And I went to a funeral yesterday, which helped me think but I went to a funeral without a phone. I was like, oh my gosh, to drive there without a phone. And I mean, if you're like me, it's just like, what? Don't worry, I have a GPS in my car and I'm bad with directions. So I need a GPS, but I don't need my phone. So every time I keep thinking, oh, I don't have my phone, I think, but I have this, because we don't need our phones. I know you think it's crazy, but we don't. So I'm having to stay home today and wait because I think I have to sign to get my phone. Don't worry, it was on insurance, but it's taken them 2 days to get me a phone. All right. So breathe. So if you're like me, I've had crazy, but this is my favorite time of the year because we get to stop and reflect. So what are some things that went crazy with you this year that maybe you didn't plan? And what are some great blessings and great things that happened this last year? Because let's always make sure we reflect on them as well, because that's what really matters. And what are those? I call them God winks, right? I lost my phone, but was that a bad thing? Or did that give me some time to reflect and spend time at home, catching up, reflecting, thinking about next year? Oh, don't worry. I have a bunch of great events coming up in January too. So I'm doing some amazing things to help all these people with their work-life balance in figuring things out for next year. And that's why this is always my favorite time of the year, because I can get people to set their goals, not just for their life, business, but for their life, more importantly, right? And making sure those are in line. So I'm working on all that, but I'm also just getting to breathe and slow down, because some people get so stressed out through the holidays. And sometimes it's just a great time to stop, breathe, start thinking about what do you want for your future. And just like going to a funeral, the funeral was great. I hate to say it's great, but do you look, all of us, when somebody goes to your funeral, what are they going to talk about? What are they going to say about your life? How did you live your life on purpose? Right? On purpose. So I want to talk to you about what is your vision and mission and purpose, right? For next year, but not just for your business, but for your life. And are they aligned with each other? And all the craziness and things that you can't always control in your life, what can you do? Can you stop and breathe and reflect? Maybe put down your coffee and get some decaffeinated tea to calm down? What can you do? Anyway, I'm here to help and support you in any way I can. I'm going to try to do more videos. I have a lot going on in January. Please do join me. I have a 4-day workshop starting on the 17th of January. It's free. It's free. Did you hear it? It's free. Yes. And then I have a book signing coming up. And then I have a great, what is it called? Mastermind that's going to be starting up the end of January, because I know everybody's busy the first part, right? And if you're like me, I'm still trying to hopefully get to fly out of here and go see some family. But Southwest Airlines has even been changing around all their airplanes, right? But when things happen and you have to pivot, what do you do? How do you get through that? Do you have a plan and goals? And then are you willing to adjust and do a plan B? So all I'm trying to do is say, I think we're 3 days out to the end of the year. And as we go into 2023, I can't believe it. If you're like me, I couldn't believe it when it was going to be 2020. And now we're in 2023. You've got to be kidding me. So as we go in though, it's 2023. What are your goals for your life and your business? How are you going to live your life in your business on purpose? Anyway, if you'd comment below, I'd appreciate it. And if you need, or I love to have coffee or tea, I guess I can drink tea, but I love to have coffee with people, figure out how I can help and support you. Anyway, go make it a great day. And here's to an amazing 2023. All right.